All right, we good?
We should be good.
At least this way it's dynamic, at least. So now I can like get those nice
Yeah.
swooping shots now. Like this.
Yeah.
This just because my webcam doesn't want to work, now I have to suffer with this. It's fine.
Oh my gosh.
My forearm strength will become tenfold.
You're gonna be shredded for summer, dude.
Actually, good point. I probably need to start working out again.
Oh my god.
Now the the best thing is, where are the questions? I remember most. No, this is the wrong one. Ah, I found it.
Have we started yet?
I've started recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet. So, hey, hi everybody.
So Blue.
Listen to the
Like-
soft, sensual sounds of our voices.
So it's the.
Specifically Newovas. All of us over here,
Yes.
some like prepubescent 12-year-olds, but Newova here.
No, I just sound like I'm from South Africa. Which is
this going on YouTube? Is this a YouTube
Yeah.
podcast?
yeah. It is.
Okay, I won't say in F.
Oh no, you can go right ahead.
Oh,
with
you can
that.
curse all you want.
Are you censoring it?
No,
No.
Do you have monetization?
no,
No.
Oh, well then, okay, yeah, fuck.
There we go. First F bomb in a while. I like where this is going. All right, Blue, you want to kick us off?
Sure, guys, welcome to the Offline Podcast. This is the first podcast with the new name. We are joined by our dude, our man, our lovely Newova. Oh man, look at that nose game. He's got some serious nose game.
Hi, it's me.
He is a wonderful React streamer, guys, and if you haven't already, drop a follow over on him at Twitch at Newova. Actually, you know what? I'll let you do all the plug, man. This is you. Let you
Yes.
do all the plug. Where are you at?
Me?
Yeah, where are you at?
I am everywhere. I'm omnipresent. Everywhere. No, it's just at Newova everywhere, pretty much, except for Twitter because there's a guy, one guy that's had my @name since like 2012.
Yep.
He's had it for almost 10 years now, and he's never tweeted. He's some
Oh my God.
he almost looks like the is he a president of Russia? Whatever Putin is.
Yeah, Putin. Yeah.
He basically looks like Putin with hair. Like, he looks scary, so I'm not going to approach him. But hopefully one day he's just like, you know what? I no longer like Twitter, and just deletes it, and I can take it.
That's the same thing that's going on with me. Some person who has not tweeted since 2011 has striking blue, and it's just like, you haven't tweeted ever. What are you doing?
Like, come on, remove this guy. Give the rightful users the right to have the name. Come on, Twitter.
Exactly.
You give a tip jar, but you keep inactive accounts on. What's the whole point with that tip jar thing? I still literally don't understand. You have to tip someone for tweeting. Like, oh, you post a funny meme, money.
Money.
it's
Wait, what about tip jar? There's what?
yeah.
I didn't even know about it either.
Now I've watched this on Podcastage, and he talked about it. Like, Twitter is implementing a tip jar for some creators. I don't know what the criteria is that you need to get it, but once you have it there, it works the exact same way like how it would work with bits and donations and stuff on Twitch. Except it's just for if you activate it, you go to the account, then there should be a tip jar option. You pay to whatever account is connected, PayPal, whatever the other stuff are, and then there you go. That you get monetized.
I'm activating that.
Like I said, I don't know what the
That's cool.
I don't know what the
I'm gonna start posting feet pics and just hope people tip me.
I think that's
Newova's face with that tip jar, man.
I think stuff like that would be more for OnlyFans, but I mean, I guess Twitter's fine too. A tip jar for
Exactly,
Instagram.
dude. I'm poor. I'll take whatever.
That's a mood.
All right.
So Newova, what got you into streaming, my dude?
Yes.
Like just streaming in general.
Yeah.
Oh my god. So it was years ago. Like, I'm talking like, I think I had a YouTube channel back then, but I was only like mixing and mastering music back in like the 2016 or whatever. But I was like, I hate this. And I wanted to play games for a living and be one of those like Twitch streamers. I think I've had my account since 2016 on Twitch. So this was still when Twitch was smaller, like Twitch was definitely established, but you can't just walk down the street and be like, oh, I stream on Twitch and people know what the hell you're talking about.
Yep.
So I decided I wanted to start streaming, and as all streamers know, it doesn't happen. You never get a following unless you're a YouTuber as well that pretty much games or can somehow get your following over to Twitch. But so I did it, but I was more streaming because I had like friends that I was playing games with and whatnot. And so I was playing anyways, so like, why not stream? And so I did that because I was just like, this is fun. I want to stream and I want to be that famous streamer person. And I quit so many times. Like I'd stream for like months and then I would quit. And then I'd stream for months and then I would quit. And then I'd stream for months and I would quit. And I did that for like years. And then it was quarantine that it was the first time I got people to actually like come hang out on Twitch. It was, and that's just because I started doing reactions and that actually people actually wanted to watch those and cared. So that's the only time I got people to actually come hang out during a stream. It sucks, dude.
The Twitch grind
it's a hard
is
business.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah. You have to have like a real dedication to your craft and not care about anything else if you're gonna be a Twitch streamer,
Yep.
So, or just to be attractive. If you're attractive, you have a much higher likelihood of being a streamer in any sort of the way. Because let's be real, a lot of the Twitch community is there for your face, and then sometimes the things you say.
Yeah,
that's about it.
You're damn right with that one. I did the same thing. I started streaming in like 2016. And I did the same thing. I quit, came back, and then I finally quarantined. Same thing, committed to it, and just went as hard as I could possibly go. And it was rough. It was tough. I honestly, until you helped me out and a few other people kind of helped me out, like I was kind of just floundering out there, like struggling. It's real, man. It's pretty rough out there.
I wouldn't wish it upon anybody. Like seriously, like it's such a mental, like people don't think about how much of a mental, like think, oh, you're just playing video games for a living, or you're just hit go live and you're like making tons of money. It's like you have no idea how poor we are and how sad we get when we lose one viewer.
Yep.
You can have like, this looks disgusting, by the way. That looks so gross on the inside. It's creamer for my coffee because it's like 60% creamer what I drink. Okay, leave me alone.
Okay. Fair enough.
It's creamer residue. But like smaller communities, like if you're in the hundreds, you like having that like fluctuation probably doesn't affect you as much. Just because there's so many people, so it goes up and down.
Yeah.
But like when you have a smaller community, let's say you're at like 20 viewers, as soon as that drops to like 18 viewers, you're like, you start getting in your head, you're like, oh no, why'd you leave me? Don't leave me.
Would you like me?
Come back.
Exactly.
Come back.
Yeah. That's when you get the cup out and you're like, please sir, please a tuppence, please.
No, I just thought you go to the username that lifts whispers. It's like, come back, please. Keep spamming that to them.
Yeah, exactly. I'll never do it again, please. But yeah, no, YouTube's, anybody that's out there, the only word of advice, like you guys, there's so many like YouTube videos that exist that are like, this is how you get, a following. One, don't care. That's how you get a following. You don't care. Like seriously, you have to, one, put yourself out there, and you can't only stream. If you'd want to be only a Twitch streamer, you better to be a god. Like a literal god at whatever you're doing altogether, or it ain't happening. You gotta not care if there's people or not, and you also have to like be a YouTuber. Like even if you're just putting up like putting up VODs, that one's risky because YouTube community is so much different than a Twitch community. for the fact of like, if you're watching a Twitch stream, you know it's going to be raw, uncut. Like that's just, you know what you're getting into. But YouTube, so many people expect like YouTube's attention span, it doesn't exist. Essentially, YouTube's attention span is if you're looking for something for more than 5 seconds, you better cut that out and come back when you found it. You know, that's the Twitch or the YouTube community. But I mean, even I don't edit because I don't have that patience. But essentially, you got to put stuff on YouTube. Otherwise, you know, YouTube still, as much as it sucks, I love YouTube to death, but I hate it at the same time because it just likes to punch you in the mouth all the time. And so, but it's still the number one like promotion platform that exists because it's there all the time forever.
Yep. John here, he edits for me all the time. I don't have the patience for it either. I'm like, dude, the most I can do is these reaction videos because it's just like a cut here, cut there. It's good. All the other stuff he has to handle. I'm like, I'm not diving in that deep end.
Well, I've been
not happening.
I've been editing for like close to 12 years. So it's like a speedrun competition every single time to see how fast I can get these things done. So,
dude, that's awesome. I think like as streamers, it makes you a better YouTuber because like if you're streaming, you know that there's an audience currently there that you have to entertain.
Yeah,
you know. So it makes you have to be like, oh, I need to, you know, say something here. I can't have a long pause because then you can have a long pause. Like, don't get in your head about it. Like, anybody that's watched this, don't get in your head about it. You can have long pauses. It literally doesn't matter. But you're more on it because you are live. If you're doing YouTube, you have in the back of your mind, I can cut this out.
Yep.
You know, if you're live on Twitch, that's there. You can't cut that without being like, all right, guys, I'm gonna cut that, and then like having to like really break a fourth wall about it. So I think it just makes people sharper if you're a Twitch streamer that also does YouTube. Yeah,
I agree. All right, John, let's move on to our questions that we've got ready for Newova.
And I have written this down. It's very difficult for me to keep this phone up and to read this at the same time. So, all right. How did you come up with your username?
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Because it's weird. Not the question, the answer. So, back in probably like 2016, because I came up with the username, obviously like everybody else, in the sense of like, I didn't like go by it or anything until I created the username. And originally it wasn't a username. Originally it was a place. Because I owned a recording studio at the time. And so I needed to name the studio, and these guys that I recorded that were like local people, their group name was New Age Gods or something like that. And I was like, that's really cool, but I did not want to just straight up use that, you know, that's lame. And I'm Italian, so I went to Google Translate and I translated it through Google Translate into Italian. So New Age Gods into Italian, which is, let me just do it real quick so that way I'm accurate. Google Translate, and not Russian. English, there we go, to Italian. All right, so it is New Age Gods, which is never mind, don't put gods in there because that changes everything. It's just New Age, apparently what I typed in. It is Nuovae and then era, so Newova era. But I was like, Newova, and it's Nuova, like that just didn't sound or look right. You know what I mean? But you pronounce it new. So I was like, let me just put it Newova. And I still swear to this day, it did not have an A in it when I typed it the first time. It was Nuovo. And I was like, that's too hard. Like, that's too mouthfully. You know, Nuovo compared to Newova. Yeah. Like, it flows way different. So I changed it to an A, maybe it was already an A, but I swear it was an O. And because I didn't want to also be, because I think it was Drake that was like OVO or whatever. Like that was his like little group. And so I was like, I'm not trying to, be like Drake in that aspect either. So I changed it to the A. I wouldn't have had that thought process if it was already an A. So it was definitely an O. They changed the Italian language, okay? After this, just to spite me.
Just to get Newova.
Exactly. So I just changed it to that, and I was like, I like that. So I named it The Place. And then I had the YouTube channel, which was, because I went by unofficial Tony P. Like that was my handle. And then Newova was the place itself. And so I eventually people would always, even though I'd be like, what's up everybody, it's unofficial Tony P back with another video, blah 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 blah, they would still call me Newova, and it would drive me insane. Like as was said, I'm like, that's not me, that's a place, that's the YouTube channel, it's not me though. And so eventually I just gave in, and I was like, yep, I'm Newova, that it's me, it is a me thing, it is no longer a place. And so now I'm here.
It's a good name.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Also,
yeah, it's a much better story than I have. I like blue, and striking is cool.
It's like a lightning strike.
Yeah.
Also, I've noticed in your logo, the O has like this. What is that supposed to be? Yeah, the bunny. Like, where did that idea come from?
Okay, so this is funny. Honestly, I did not wear everything that I'm wearing because we were doing this today. Like, I was not trying to self-promo shit. I only have one hat. And this shirt fits nicely.
Exactly.
But, I have a buddy, his name's Colby. And we have been friends since 7th grade or so. Because weird fact, I was homeschooled until 7th grade. So I finally went to a normal school. I went to Catholic school. There's nothing normal about that.
No.
So I went to Catholic school at 7th grade, and Colby was in my class and everything, and like we were friends. He tortured me as a child, and he'll admit it. He was a bully. But we were still friends, it was like that type of friendship where it's like I have Stockholm syndrome now, basically. But it's fine.
I wonder with who I share a similar story with.
I can't figure that one out.
Me neither.
But so once I basically made this place and like made the YouTube channel and everything, I originally wanted to kind of be like a record label, to where people like they sold their music through like my website and everything. And so regardless, I had to make a website, and so I needed, something to show for it, like a logo of some sort. So he came up with like this logo where it's an N, but nothing's finished on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The A is the closest one, but it's part of the V.
Yeah.
And so I guess the V is actually the closest one because that one's actually completed. But you get what I'm saying, to where it's all not but is. And he didn't originally have the bunny, and he didn't originally have the lines on there. So it was just straight like this with an O and all of that. Then I don't remember how it came to be, but he ended up putting the lines on there. I was like, that looks so good. But this going back to the Drake thing, because Drake was huge at this time period, right? I mean, he's still huge, but he was like the #1 recording artist at the time.
Yeah,
and basically everything that I was doing was rap. So like he was like the everywhere in my circle and stuff. And going to his OVO, they had a owl as like a mascot type of deal. Like that was their whole thing. And so I was like, I want something like that, something that is like a brand, if you will. Like you can have a name, but I'm not supreme, and my name is not my brand, So I was like, I need some sort of mascot, and he was being a facetious dick, right? And put it as a bunny, thinking that I would hate it to prove a point, and being like, that's stupid. And I was like, I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome. What the heck?
Yeah, no, why would
Right?
it
It works
put you off?
perfect. Because he's evil and thought it would, because he thought it was a dumb idea at the time, and he just wanted to prove a point. And then I was like, this is the best thing ever. But he made it like, here, I'll show you the shirt. You can see it better. He didn't make the eyes angry at first. They were just like full circles. And I was like, but what if we make the eyes angry? And so he was like, what, like this? And like cuts them in a slant. And I was like, oh, it's perfect.
Yep, that's a logo. That's a
He was
mascot.
like, all right, if that's what you want. Exactly. I was like, this is perfect. And we added the headphones like way later because it was just this. It's hard to do this on a camera. There we go. It was just this with no headphones. And I was like, when you put that on a shirt, it looks empty, like it's missing something. And then we put the headphones on it, and
It looks great.
it's sealed.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it looks
that's
awesome.
fantastic.
That's a great way to stumble into something like that. That looks really
Right?
good.
There's nothing
Yeah.
better than a spite success. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He did it out
Yeah.
of spite, but it was a success.
That's actually the first kind of story like that I've heard in my entire life. That someone made a successful logo just trying to spite someone. It's like, oh, okay.
Yep. That's why him and I work, is like we just do things out of spite to each other, and
look what
usually it
happened.
turns out great. Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of
Well,
like
yeah.
this podcast. This whole podcast with John and I started out as a joke, and then it kind of caught on. And we're like, oh, we need to change the name because people actually watch this. It's like,
It's like, yep, time to change.
Yeah. Dude, that's how, like, so this is a little known fact, because I took the videos down because they don't exist anymore as far as anybody knows, okay? But like, as soon as like people start watching your things, your whole perspective changes, you know? Like when you're like somebody that you're like, nobody watches this, it doesn't matter what I say or whatever. As soon as that changes, your whole perspective changes completely.
yep.
Because when I started doing the reactions, since I do mixing and mastering and stuff, my whole gimmick was that I would pick apart a song, like pick it apart, nitpick it, be a jerk for the funnies, right? Like that was the whole point. And then the people whose songs they were started watching, and I was like, okay, this gimmick's over. You know, it's like this is not the person I want them to think that I am. I was like, I'm doing this as a bit for viewers, but that's not who I actually am, you know. I'm not an ass, you know. I want people to enjoy what they watch, and especially once the people who make the songs watch it, it's like I want them to know that I'm not that. So I'm going to be, you know, me instead. And so I took that transition and then took those videos down. I still think Ronnie Racky has seen one of my videos and still does not like me to this day.
Oh no.
I wasn't nice. I really wasn't, but I was doing it for the bit, and yeah.
I've got 2 videos of my own that I took down as far as reactions go from Ashes to New.
One of my favorite bands, okay? 2 of my favorite songs.
I'm sorry,
No, but
okay?
look-
I went on this whole spiel about Patrick Starr. I'll just leave it at that.
No, but look,
And,
this is the reason why I love listening to music with Blue, because one day we were just sitting in a call, and I don't remember how we got on this topic. We were talking about Deuce, or you were ripping Hollywood Undead to shit. Then I was like, okay, at least it's better than Deuce. Then it's like, have you listened to his new stuff? And when I sent him the album, he had like sentences upon sentences to say, and I sat just there and listened. It's like, and he made me realize things that when I listened to the song back, it's like, how did I like this? It's like, but yeah, it's fun to listen to people pick things apart. It's really interesting to me.
Well, with Deuce, okay, Deuce is an artist that I will unabashedly shame. Like that dude, for one, creeps me out. I met him at a show, and he creeped on my wife, like really bad. I will say this publicly: that dude was about to get hit. He was creeping so bad. And then 2, that newest album of his, Invincible, is not good. It's not well produced. Like it's shit.
His
His flows are all the same. It's bad. Like I will publicly shame that album. So like when you gave me an opportunity, John, to go and roast it, I had to do it.
I should have recorded. I think maybe if I play it to you now, I should record it. I think you should be able to recall everything you said. How many songs did you like in that album?
One, and I didn't even really like it. I just thought it was okay.
Well then, moving on.
What if
Sorry
I told
about
you I
your
could get
own,
Deuce on the phone right now?
Do it.
Would you still say it?
Yes,
Cool. Respect.
100%.
Respect.
All right.
I can't. I don't know him, but I just wanted to see.
Oh shit!
I was like, I met enough people. I want to see how he reacts to this. If he actually believes.
Yeah, no, I would 100% be like, dude, what the hell happened? The first album you did was all right. Like I listened to that a bunch. The second album, what happened there? It took 6 years and it was not great.
Yeah.
Like,
It was 6 years. Yeah, you're right. Actually.
Yeah, I haven't listened to any of his stuff, to be honest. So I did a video on Hollywood Undead back in like when they were releasing new stuff during quarantine.
I'm listening.
I thought Deuce was in this band until like maybe 2 albums ago. No, he's apparently not been in it since like the first album.
Yeah, no.
I had no idea. People were pissed at me for not knowing that.
What did
what? Pissed at you for that?
Welcome to the internet. They're mad at me for it existing.
No, fair enough.
That's the
I get
internet,
that too.
especially for
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah.
Yep.
But now that we're on the topic of Hollywood Undead, this is exactly what Blue said to me because you also didn't know like Deuce left the band. I think you were just like
Me?
Yeah, you told me this.
No, I
story.
knew.
Oh, did you? But you
No, I knew.
you told me
Well, for
specifically.
the second album, I didn't know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I knew the second album was how I figured it out. I was like, whoa, how did he's gonna tell us? I'll just let you tell it from your perspective. Go for
No,
it.
you just literally told me. It's like I listened to this, and when could Deuce sing? That's what you said. It's like, oh, this is when did he learn to sing? Oh, it's not him. I found that was really funny. But okay, yeah.
I was listening to that second album and I was like, oh my god, the singer all of a sudden has some pipes on him. I was like, what in the heck is going on? Oh, it's not him.
Is a completely different dude.
Rip.
All right.
Some dude named Danny now.
And seeing that we're on the topic of now that I just brought Twitter up, this is something that a few people have actually participated in on Twitter. And what is the most 5 of your most influential games of all time?
Wait, what?
He
So,
wants
like-
to know what 5 games were the most influential to you as a gamer
Yeah.
throughout your life.
Oh, like that affected me in some way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Detroit Become Human.
Ooh, okay.
I heard people say that's
That
really
one
good.
it's so good. It's such a good game if you have the attention span. At the end, I didn't get the attention span, and then I screwed something up, and someone died, and I replayed like 3 hours of gameplay because I messed up. And it made me rush even more, and I was pissed off. You can't skip cutscenes or anything. I was just angry for
The game
so
is
long.
a giant cutscene, so how could you skip
It
past
is. Exactly. I was so mad. I was like, let me just skip past this and go back to where I was.
And imagine that if the entire game was a cutscene, you press skip. Oh, you're at the credits. Game is done.
Exactly. Probably WoW, World of Warcraft.
Ooh, yeah.
Just because it's World of Warcraft and it will consume your life.
Yep.
So simple as that. Star Wars Galaxies. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that.
I remember
No,
that
I have
one.
not.
It's an MMORPG that predates World of Warcraft.
Yeah, it was 2003, I think, and WoW was 2004. I
Probably.
think. Yeah, no, I think it was that.
I think so.
But I heard like
that.
yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just about to say like people say the Old Republic is the better game, if I'm not mistaken.
That's really debatable. If you're small brain, yes. If you're big brain,
that explains everything.
well, I'm just saying. Star Wars Galaxies had so much. Like, imagine like Minecraft meets Star Wars meets whatever game has the most like complex crafting system and the 100% and like RuneScape as well. Like, just imagine all of those combined into one game and became Star Wars Galaxies, where there was a full space. Like, you could just fly in space, in spaceship, 100% sandbox. You can build a city, like, with
dope.
other people, and, like, have a whole, like, this person's the mayor. And it's not like, oh, we're just like role playing that you're the mayor. No, you actually have to vote this person in, and they can control the city and tax people and like so on and so forth. Like, it was the most complex shit, including the like crafting system. Like, you have to mine the stuff with like, you know, these like mine things essentially. But like all like there's like so many different stats on the actual like ore. So it's not like you're just getting, you know, coal and you just use coal. No, this coal is a certain type of coal that only spawns every once in a while, or only spawned once in the past 6 years. And so it's extremely expensive because that's how you get the best armors. You have to use that coal, and like so on and so forth. It was the most complex, convoluted craziness that you have to be big brain or just not care and just go walking around essentially. And each planet, I mean, if you wanted to go from one end of the map to the other, I mean, it was pretty much every single planet in Star Wars. Like, well, like the main ones, you know, you have like Dantooine and like so on and so forth, Tatooine, all that good stuff. If you want to go across the map, I'm very passionate about this game. If you want to go across the map, it would probably take you like 2 or 3 hours of just like, if you're walking, you put your computer on overnight if you want to go across the map. Otherwise, if you're taking an actual, like, if you're on your speeder bike, it will take probably like an hour or two to go across the map on one planet. It was insane how big these things were. Like, that game was just so before its time that it just crashed and failed after however many like years, because people just couldn't handle it, essentially. It's wild.
Before we started the podcast, John goes, "Do you think you like Star Wars? Should we ask him about Star Wars?" And I was like, I don't know. We could ask him. And then he's like, "Oh man, but if we bring up Star Wars, we're gonna go on these long rants about the sequels."
Because like when we were still doing the old one, I believe like 4 out of 5 of our guests all had something to say about the sequel, so it became like a running joke in each episode.
Yep.
So Newova,
sequels are great, except for Phantom Menace.
Those are the
Phantom Menace.
prequels,
I puked after watching.
Those were the prequels.
I threw
right?
up after watching Phantom.
So you like?
Oh, did you say sequels?
7,
I'm
8,
sorry.
9?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sequels, all right. I'm very lax when it comes to movies. Like, if I didn't hate it, in the sense of like hate it, I'm like, it's fine. I liked it. If I was able to sit through it and be like, this is relatively entertaining, I'm like, this is a good movie.
The
I'm
one I
so
couldn't do
lax.
that with was The Last Jedi. That was the one that I could not sit through and be entertained.
And here
That was the one.
we go.
I'm not gonna rant. I'm just gonna say, like, that was the one. That's the one I can't sit through. That one's just too boring. I haven't bought it. I bought episode 7. I haven't bought 9 yet either, but I would buy 9. But episode 8, I can't. That one is just, they're floating through space for 2.5 hours, and I just can't do that.
All right.
That's the only thing with that one.
So we're on the 4th influential game now.
I don't think I really have any other. I mean, Pokemon, obviously. Like, that one's a given. I think that's everybody. Everybody has some sort of experience with Pokemon where you can like have a big like memory from it. Whether usually it's a car ride, like that you had to take that was long, some sort of traveling thing, and all you had was your Game Boy and Pokemon. That's all that you had to get you through it. 5th, I haven't played that many games. Surprisingly, I have not played that many games. Let's see. Yeah,
get you gaming with us.
Yes,
dude. I'm right now. I'm downloading the Elder Scrolls Online. I didn't realize it's 100 gigabytes.
Yep.
It's insane. It's stupid how big that is. Oops, I closed you guys out. There we go. Yeah, but it's ridiculous and dumb how big that game is. It's basically taking up my whole hard drive.
Dude, Call of Duty Modern Warfare is 199 gigs.
That's with Warzone included, right? 'Cause I think,
Yeah,
does that
it's
take
199 gigs.
with my internet? So you're trying to tell me I had to download Modern Warfare, what was it, Warzone, and Black Ops Cold War. So I downloaded like 300 gigs.
It's
Doesn't
2 games.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Why are games so big? Compress your stuff.
Yes,
Make it
thank you.
smaller. I'm someone that obviously knows a lot about game development. Just make it smaller.
Yeah, come on, guys. Lower that resolution of the textures. We won't care. We'll care.
Just
Yeah, who care?
well, I mean, just take a note from Valheim, please. The game doesn't look that bad, and it's just 500 megs. I mean, it's probably gonna be 200 gigs in the future, but I mean, baby steps.
Yeah.
Valheim is so fun. I miss playing that game, honestly.
Yeah, I know, me too.
I was really
actually.
enjoying building that city. Mr.
Is it
Newova
really
here.
only 50? Is it only really 50 megs?
No,
It's like
not like
500,
that small.
yeah.
It's like literally.
I uninstalled it today because I was like, I want to, save some space so that way I can get Elder Scrolls downloaded. But it's literally like a grain of dust.
Yeah.
Damn it!
Excellent
I uninstalled it
compression.
in vain.
It's just not like it's gonna take too long to re-download. Just 2 seconds, it's back.
So you have a good point. You have a very good point.
It's like, oh no, what have
So
I
what
done?
got you doing? What got you doing reactions, Newova?
The fact that I did not like what I was doing beforehand, like mixing and mastering. Like, don't get me wrong, I like mixing and mastering. I hate doing it for YouTube though, and stuff. But if I want to get hired for it, I have to, do YouTube for it.
Yeah.
Because there's no other way. But the only thing that even got me into YouTube is that I wanted to do YouTube. Not that I wanted to do this one thing and then post it on YouTube. I just wanted to do YouTube. I've always just wanted to be a content creator, but I had no content to create. At the time, I was just making music stuff. And so I did that. And I just started. Oh, Among Us is the other one. Among Us, I've had the most laughs. I've never had more laughs than playing Among Us. That was the other game.
I
Sorry.
need to play that
Now I
too,
can
guys.
focus back to where I was
Oh my
at.
gosh.
Haven't played that in a while, actually. Yeah.
God, it's such a good game, though. So, like, after a while, like, the community that I had there for mixing and mastering, once the people that were active community were great, but most of it was give me the things that I want, and then that's all I want from you, and then left. You know what I mean? It wasn't a community. It was I'm giving people advice or whatever, and they're taking it and then moving on with their lives. They don't care about anything else. So it sucked. I wanted to get out of it as soon as possible. But the people that were there were great. And they're the ones that were like, you should start doing reaction videos, blah, blah, blah. And I was always like, I'm not doing reaction videos. That's dumb. I was just like, that's not something that I'm going to do, like, ever. And I did like 2, and I was like, yeah, this sucks. I don't like this. But then finally, during quarantine, I was like, I have time, I have nothing better to do. Let me do some reaction videos. They've been asking me to do them, and maybe it'll be fun. So I started doing them. There was one video that got like, I don't know, like 3,000 views. And I was like, holy crap. Like, that's so many views, and that was, it wasn't my biggest video at the time, but for the time span, that was unheard of. I was like, I'm famous now. Like it was insane. And I was like, okay, let's just keep doing these then. And then there were some that, next to no views, stuff like that. Then, of course, I had the community that was there for just give me things and I don't want anything else from you, that were bitching or like, I subscribe for mixing and mastering stuff, not for watching you react to videos and da. And so I considered stopping because I didn't want to lose the community that I have. And that's where a leap of faith comes in. And I strongly believe a lot of people, I'm doing a leap of faith right now, currently. But I strongly believe leap of faiths are what everyone has to go through, and you have to do it.
Yeah.
If you don't do the leap of faith, you're going to be where you're at forever. And if you're fine with that, then you're fine with that. There's nothing wrong with being fine with where you're at. But every creator of whatever, every artist has to do a leap of faith at some point in their life, sometimes multiple. But I was like, you know what, leap of faith moment. I don't care what these people are saying. I'm going to try to build something that is rewarding compared to what I was doing, which was not rewarding because it was just giving and not getting anything back. No reward for it. The people wouldn't comment on videos, they wouldn't like videos, nothing. There was no like community aspect whatsoever. I'd go live, and at the time I had like 11K subs or something like that. No one would ever come. There may be one or two people, and the other people, other than the one or two people that did come, always came to ask questions about mixing and mastering. I'd answer it, and then they'd leave.
Yeah.
Like immediately. They literally just came to have a question answered and then leave. And it's like I felt so used, basically. And I was like, I don't want that. I'm going to do something for me. So I started doing the reactions, and then MGK started dropping all of his like quarantine stuff, right? And that's when like there was 1 month I gained like 5,000 subs or something like that. It was insane. And like every video that was the MGK one, I mean, if it didn't hit 5K views in 24 hours, that video wasn't doing very well. Like it was wild. It helps that it was quarantine, but it was just absolutely insane. So I was like, nope, this is my thing. I love doing reactions. These are fun. There's an actual community now, people talking in Discord, people coming to Twitch streams. These are actual people that like me, not like the things that I give them, And so I started doing that, and it was the best thing ever. So I just continued doing it, and like now we're kind of here. Now, this is the current leap of faith that I'm going through, to where during that, I stopped doing MGK like altogether, essentially, because that was all people wanted out of me. And I started getting that non-rewarding feeling unless I was giving them exactly what they wanted, And so I stopped doing MGK and started doing other stuff unless MGK dropped something new. I still love MGK. I'm still going to do his stuff. But at the time, I was doing old MGK, going through old albums, so on and so forth, because I wanted to appease the community as opposed to doing something for myself, which was still, rewarding because I loved making them happy. It was awesome doing so, but it wasn't like to the level of we're both mutually happy about what is created.
Yeah.
So it was an awkward stage. And basically my whole Discord was only talking about MGK ever. Which is fine if that's what people are into and whatnot, but like that was it. And if there was a few times that I did something that wasn't MGK on the channel, and people were like blowing me up, or like, where's the MGK video? Why aren't you doing an MGK video right now? We don't care about this, stuff like that. And that's when I had the switch of like, nope, I'm cutting this. I'm not going to be the guy that only does MGK, and if I don't do MGK, I get bullied by my comment section. You know what I mean? So I stopped. I started doing more stuff that I like. But still have that mindset of I'm going to try to appease the community. I'm going to do stuff that I think other people will like, as opposed to what I like. And so, I'd only do, big videos, like have a lot of views on them, so on and so forth. That's when I started getting into the K-pop community off of one video that did really, really well. So I was like, oh, I'll do some more K-pop because that's what people like and they'll, watch. And so I just kept doing that, so on and so forth. And don't get me wrong, I love K-pop. Like, I didn't at the time, but like there's, Stray Kids and like BTS and Blackpink. Like those three are probably like my top three. And so if they drop anything, I'm always going to be on top of it, like immediately. Just because I enjoy it,
Yeah.
But at the time, as until recently, the past few weeks, I would just basically chase what I think other people will like. And Alexa, my wife, thank you for that. Yeah, Alexa, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but I love you. But yeah, not an IRL life. Alexa's a K-pop idol. But anyways, she or not she now she's in my head and I can't get her out. But anyway, so I would just chase that for what other people I think would like. But it's been a effect on the mental, not in like a big way, but like enough to where it's like what I think is good and what I like and stuff like that. Like I've always made videos in the way that I like doing them, but what I did the content on was not like specifically. There's a lot of times that I love it, like because I love music and so on and so forth, but I would never just choose a song strictly on I love the song. This is what I'm excited about. There would be occasions that those songs would come up, but that was never the priority. Now, and this is my leap of faith moment in that I'm currently going through, and it's hard because views have dipped. But it's what I like, which is primarily metal, unless it's somebody that I already have some sort of connection with, if you will, and then I'm going to do that. Like Ed Sheeran just dropped a song. Like that's going huge. I want to know the hype about it. I'm going to do a video on that because I want to know about it and I want to hear about it and have the hype about it. Not because I think everyone else is going to enjoy it and I think it's going to get a lot of views. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's where it comes scary is like I'm no longer appeasing the viewers as much in the sense of I'm doing whatever they want, but kind of what you got to do.
Yeah.
If you want to survive, you gotta do what you want because there's billions of people in the world, literally billions. There is going to be at least thousands that enjoy exactly what you enjoy.
Yep.
It might take some time to find them and for them to find you, but you gotta do it.
Yeah.
And if it's all metal, if it's all K-pop, if it's a mix of everything, like. You gotta do what makes you happy. And so that's where I'm at. Yeah.
I actually realized something.
Yeah.
Oh, no worries. I actually realized something before this podcast. I actually had watched your videos before I met you through Marcus from Dead by April. Yeah, I hadn't even realized it. I was going back through, I was looking at reactions, and I saw one of your videos, and I was like, that's from before I started streaming. It was like July of 2020, something like that. And I was like, what the heck? Really? And I went and clicked it. And I was like, oh. I was like, I had the video like this stuff. I was like, oh, that's why. Because like I was telling Marcus, I was like, he looks familiar. He sounds familiar. I could not place it. And it was because I'd seen you just 3 months before that on a video. And I was like, well, damn. I was already subbed too. I didn't even know it. I was already subbed. I was like, awesome. What the heck? I didn't use that YouTube account. I don't. I can go and find it here in a minute, John. If you want to bridge it.
Yeah, I was curious
to bridge,
but
like you want to like talk about something else for a second.
I mean, like the only other questions, like the basic things. So, how does one build a bridge?
And so what you do is you got to get some beavers.
As you can see,
you got to get beavers.
You gotta get beavers. As you can see,
yes,
I'm really good at bridging the gap while Blue finds stuff. He's putting me in the spot again. Let's see.
Your book looks like a Death Note, just so you know.
Anime. All right, this is good. This is good. Do you watch anime?
A little bit. Little bit, not much. I have not seen all of Death Note, but I do know. Even not seeing all of Death Note, I know the live action was terrible.
Oh no, it was shit.
Awful. You know what I mean?
It was shit. Yeah.
Yeah. I watched like a little bit of it. I was like, I've seen like, I think I saw like 6 episodes of Death Note, and I was like, this is fucking terrible. I hate this. What I'm watching right now, the live action one. I was just like, this, no. This is bad. This is bad.
So like, from all
other than
good. No, I was just
about other than that, I've pretty much only watched Sword Art Online.
Yeah,
and we're currently watching Attack on Titan, and like we're at the last season. I'm gonna get roasted for this, but it did not live up to the hype for me.
I've actually
it's good. That. Yeah, it's very good, but for how much hype there is behind it, for me personally, maybe it's because I'm watching subbed and not dubbed, and it's hard for me to concentrate on like both because I'm dumb. And it's like I'm like, this is good. It's just not as hype as everybody like makes it out to be. And I think a lot of people that watch it that have like that super hype behind it watched it as it was releasing compared to binging it. And I think that does actually change the perspective of it a little bit. But I don't
It was
know.
Carry On, Falling in Reverse.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I guess I do have Falling in Reverse songs up still. Oh, yeah. Maybe he doesn't hate me. There was one video. There was a video. There was one that as soon as like bands started like seeing my stuff, I was like, these ones are going down right now.
I reacted to that Memphis Mayfire Blood and Water, and I feel like such an idiot because Corey Elder, I guess, is a member in the band, commented on the video, and I was just like, "Oh, dude, yeah, thanks, man. If there's anybody else from the video or anything else from the band you want me to listen to, let me know." And this other person comments and goes, "Yo, that's the bassist." I'm like, "Whoops,
dude." That's one thing. Like, to be fair, I do the same thing. Like, okay, so hopefully they don't see this. But so I think he's the guitarist from Sleeping with Sirens. He commented on one of my things and was like, "Thanks for the kind words," or something like that. And I was like, I feel like you might be in the band. Let me look it up. And then I looked it up, and then I was like, "Oh, he is. Okay, cool. Now I know how to respond to this."
It's good to do research.
Exactly. It's like there's so many bands. It's hard to know all of the members, and so on and so forth. So it happens to the best of us, where you're just like, "Oh, thanks for watching the video, and hopefully you liked it," stuff like that. Having no idea that's like a member,
I had never listened to Memphis Mayfire before, so I was just like, "Herk-a-dirk."
Thank you so much for the video. What else from the band can we listen? Oh, you're in the band. What do you recommend?
Yeah, exactly.
You make the music. Oh my goodness. But yeah, that was the first one I saw. Like, I actually was the only one I had seen before I'd met you. And then, yeah, you were like so familiar. I couldn't place it. When I placed it, dude, it was like a revelation to me. I was like, "Oh my god, it's freaking Wova, dude!"
It's you. Good grief, it's you.
So John here wanted me to ask. He's very curious about the eyeliner and the fingernails.
Yeah.
What got you started with that?
Depression.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
No, but like a sense of like self-loss, I guess, in the sense of like, I don't know, I'm weird, and I like to let other people know that what they do is cool, and like being weird is a good thing. And so I've always wanted to, and like I had done it before for like Halloween, and then like I couldn't really because like I had a real job at the time. Like, granted, it was for my parents, but like still had to like customer service and whatnot, and I didn't want to look like someone that worships Satan, even though just because you have painted nails and eyeliner doesn't mean you worship Satan. I wear it, so it's fine. I know. I know what some people think when they see it. And I don't want these Kansan people that go to church every Sunday and, there was a thing on Facebook. It was weird. That it was like, like, who's the most famous person you've ever met? And it was like one of those big like Facebook post type things. And someone typed in there, "Jesus, I talk to him every night." And I was like, come on, lady. But like, those are the type of people that live here. So I didn't do it while I was doing customer service, especially because my parents shop. So like, I didn't want to like freak out their customers. If it was some random thing, I wouldn't care. But since it's parents, it's different. So then once I went full time, I was able to like actually, do it and whatnot. Because it's something I've always wanted to do. And the nails, like I liked them for a while. And then they just didn't feel like me, the nails themselves. Like, I'm not wearing the eyeliner right now because I didn't know we were going to do this until after I was live. And I've had a bit of a day. But like I still wear that, and honestly, girls are into it, yo. Girls are into it, dude. Let me tell you. Like one of my friends, like we go to the bar like constantly. Like that's our friend group. We have a pool hall bar, but it's like it's cool, it's not like one of those like, oh, how you guys doing tonight? Like it's not one of those. It's an actual like cool bar. So we go there and it gives us, stuff to do. We play pool while we're at the bar and hang out with each other instead of having to always just chat with each other. We have a buffer essentially. And so we always go there, and I feel really bad for him. Like he told me this like straight up. He was like, "I hate you," and I was like, "Why?" He was like, "Because like since I did the eyeliner stuff." He was like, ever since you did that and I'd bring a girl around, she always ends up asking me about you and then wants you instead. He's like, it's great because it's apparently working what you're doing, but like, I hate you for it. And I was like, well, that at least like it makes me feel better about myself. So thank you. I felt bad, but he was like, he would like bring it up like recently. He was like, why aren't you doing the like your eyes is dark? Because I was doing like hella dark back then too. And I was like, I do. It's just it wipes off really easily. I just do this, and then it's like that whole section is gone now. And so, like, I still do the eyeliner though because chicks dig it, and I like the way my eyes look. And Brian says eyeliner makes Wova's eyes pop. So I think that's what it is. I think girls like they don't care, like because it's also a confidence thing. Like girls don't care like if you're doing girly things. If one, you own it and you don't care yourself and you think you look great, that the confidence thing helps. And also girls wear makeup because they know what girls have the most skewed. We're going to go on a whole nother tangent here. The girls have the most skewed like vision of what pretty is compared to guys. And it's weird. Like I had a conversation last night with Colby's girlfriend because she was like, this girl is so beautiful, and showed me a picture of a girl with a lot of plastic surgery. And I was like, she is like objectively she's beautiful. But to me, I would never like be like, hey, do you want to go out on a date? Like just out of like this guy, I think she's so pretty, like, because that's just not typically like there are guys that are definitely 100% into it. And a lot of girls, they don't do it for guys, obviously. They do it for themselves to look pretty. Yep. But like when you're talking to somebody else about someone's physical appearance, between a girl and a guy is so different. And it's wild. And so when a guy, like, say, wears eyeliner, it's the reason why girls wear eyeliners, to make their eyes pop. And so they're used to seeing that and associating beauty with it. And so when a guy does it, and this is me speaking out of my ass, but when a guy does it, I feel that that's the same thing. As a girl sees it and associates beauty with it, they go, oh, his eyes are really like pop, really like well. And, they see that it's not some dude that wants to roll around with pigs. It's a guy with stature. That's not the word I'm looking for. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Yeah, where it's a guy that cares, he actually trims his fingernails and there's not a cigarette tray sitting next to his bed. He's that type of guy now, so class. Yeah. A guy with class that works. So yeah. And I think that's one of the reasons it stems, and I like the way I look with it. And so that's what matters to me. And then if it happens that girls enjoy it as well, I'm very single. And so I will take it.
I was kind of wondering if you did it for videos, for like specific like music reactions.
No, there was one that I did that for, but no.
Okay.
Did you see
John's gonna kill me for that.
Well, did you see the what's the Slaughter Prevail video that I did that I got lit up?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I didn't see you get lit up, but I saw it.
There was a lot of people that took it serious. They thought I was being serious about it and like making fun of it. It was like, no, I'm just doing a bit because I'm terrified of this band. So I'm going to make you guys look at puppies because I'm not going to show the video because it's gruesome. And I'll watch the video and give you guys my reaction to it. You guys can look at puppies. And the only way for it to not be super weird that you guys are looking at puppies is if I do a whole bit about it. And so I just did a whole bit. And people were like, when are we making it? I'm like, it's not that serious, yo. It's not that serious. Some people found it funny, though, and I appreciate those people. Because that's all it was. It was just a funny video that I thought was a good time for me. You know? So.
John, what's next up on the docket, man?
Next up, this is going to be like just another top 5, but what would you say is your top 5 favorite movies?
Fast and the Furious.
Oh, hell yes.
It's not my number 1, but it's there.
Yeah.
Number 1's probably Never Back Down. Favorite movie all time. Got me into like MMA back in the day and stuff. Lost a lot of weight. I used to be a big boy. But lost a lot of weight from doing MMA, and that's because of that movie. So that kind of put me on a different path. Then movies wise, not Star Wars. Star Wars probably doesn't make my top 5. As much as I'm a nerd about Star Wars and love Star Wars, the movies are not that great. It's the extended universe that's amazing about Star Wars. It's all the lore, all of that. And that's why you become a nerd about Star Wars. Is everything that the movies set up. That's all the movies did was set up for all the rest. I really love Harry Potter. Like the movies, they're so good to me. There's the people that are gonna talk crap and be like, "Here's the books and blah blah blah," but they're still great.
Yep.
So those. Let's see. Movies. Those are. I mean, I really like Lord of the Rings. Like, do not get me wrong. I don't know if I'd put it in top 5 for me, just for. I don't have that attention span, even though it's great. My attention span is just not there. You know.
I watched the first Lord of the Rings like I was watching a TV series, half an hour for half an hour. It's like I'm not sitting there for 4 hours because I would like literally you would lose me in the first hour. I was like, nah, I don't know what's going on anymore.
Yeah. It's one of those ones that like you have to kind of pay attention. Especially if you're watching the first time, like you have to pay attention. Otherwise, you get lost really quickly. Yeah, like all of a sudden, there's a bunch of cloaked guys stabbing beds. Why? You know, like you will really get confused.
Lord of the Rings without context. It's like, what is this? What's it? What happened?
It's the weirdest fucking pillow fight I've ever seen in my life.
Oh my god.
Rise of the Guardians is also a good one. I don't know if I put it in my top 5 though. Man, there's a lot of really good movies. I'm weird. I like Christmas movies a lot.
Me too. I sing Christmas carols year round.
See, dude, Christmas is the best. Halloween is good, but it's not as good as Christmas.
I agree.
You know, Halloween gets a day. And it terrifies me the rest of the month because that's when everyone's playing those stupid ads on YouTube, which pisses me off. Like YouTube, if you can say, or like advertisers can be like, no, we don't want to play ads on this video because you said the F word 4 times. Then I get to not have to watch scary movie ads as a consumer. I should be able to choose that because they terrify me. I get scared.
I really want to watch you play horror games now. Yeah, Santa Claus movies, those are so good.
Exactly. So that one would definitely make the top 5. So that's 4. And then, dude, scary games are so good. Oh,
play Newova. Play Phasma with me.
Yes. I'm down. I love it.
Do it.
I have a weird thing about scary games. I'm terrified until I get pissed. Once I'm mad at the video game, all scared goes out the window, and I'm now just mad at the game. And I'm just screaming at it.
I wish
like if something's not coming out on Phasmo or like not like giving us enough like to like lay out the thing, I'm just screaming at that dead guy, just screaming his name. It's like, come on, give me something. Make a little Orby. Make my breath cold. Do something.
It's like literally you're just standing with that spirit box. It's like, are you there? Are you there? Are you fucking there?
yeah, exactly.
I wish I had that same mindset with Five Nights at Freddy's because I cannot play those games for the life of me.
Oh my god, those games.
Especially the fourth one where you have to listen. First of all, I cannot pay attention. If you're telling me to listen for the thing that's hunting me, it's like, nope. So maybe I just need to get pissed off immediately. I need to stop my
All
pinky
right.
toe on my desk or something.
Let's book it now. Bessie,
Yeah.
John, Newova, Phasmo. What day? Let's
I'm
book
down.
it now.
I still have it. I still have it downloaded, so I'm good.
Same.
I'm with it.
New updates done also. So, or is it?
Oh yeah, I
it
need
is
to
done.
update it probably.
What do you guys want to do? Let's book it now.
I'm down for any day. Yeah.
Possibly tomorrow. Possibly tomorrow.
I'm here for that. I'm available.
Okay.
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good all day tomorrow.
Also, same.
I'm in
Cool.
tomorrow, says Bessie. All right, Bessie's in. Cool. Let's do
Sweet.
it.
Let's do it. We'll have to do it at nighttime though, when it's dark. And
Okay,
scurry.
I'm down.
What
Hell
time
yeah.
would that be for me?
That's late for you.
I'm setting an alarm. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to sleep and
It's
then I'm
only
going
like
to
4
wake up.
a.m. You'll be fine.
4 a.m.
It's like
Wait, my time?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I've literally woken up at like 2 a.m. to play games with these guys, so I'm fine with it.
Oh really?
Oh, Chris is in Newova's chat. Yo, Chris!
Let's go. All right.
Oh, gosh.
so
I'm
in-
excited for that now. Newova freaking Phasmo game. I'm here. Okay, that's awesome. Let's
Yes.
go.
Yeah.
I'm pumped.
We're going to yell at the ghosts until we all get mad and just start screaming from the thing. And we all die. It's like,
Exactly.
fuck you, ghost. We'll get you next time.
Now they can open doors. That shit freaks me out.
They can open doors now.
Yeah, if you switch to the beta, they open doors. You're not safe behind doors now, and it's fucking horrifying.
I'm excited.
I don't want to play
Yeah.
anymore.
Oh my
excited.
god. Dude, I was hiding in this room last night, and I'm like, okay, all right, Chris, Ski Bum in your chat just died. I'm like, okay, what do I do now? What do I do now? The thing started hunting again. I'm hiding in this room. There's no other room, no other door to get out, and I'm in the corner, and then pop open the door, and this fucking thing comes in. I just scream like a little girl. I'm like, oh my god, no!
Is that clip?
Hiding in this corner.
Why have I not seen that yet?
So just headphone warning.
Yeah. Oh man.
All right.
All right, what was your fifth movie, my friend? Was it Santa Claus?
yeah.
That was my fourth, I think. The fifth one, it might be Mulan or Aladdin. Honestly,
Ooh, okay.
those ones are great.
They are good.
Now that I'm really thinking about it, yeah, I think those.
Originals
All right.
and not
Good
remakes.
choices.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Yeah, exactly. Originals.
Oh yeah,
I like
yeah.
the remake of Mulan. I thought it was good.
But they didn't have Mushu, damn it. Or was he there?
I
haven't
know
watched
that did. No, he wasn't.
Oh, okay.
But it was such a different take on Mulan that it was still good. You know, you have
Okay.
to. It's like some bands and stuff. Like when they change their sound completely, if you can just accept that they are no longer what they used to be, and that it's something completely different now, and just like pretend it's a brand new band, then it's good. You know. And same thing with Mulan. If you can just pretend it is no longer Mulan and it's just a different movie altogether, this happens to be based on the same story, then it's great. It's a little cheesy in some spots, but it's good overall.
Cheese in movies, I will be for that every single time. I love it.
Yeah.
Especially if we're going
Anybody
back
here
to-
watching Loki? Oh, sorry, buddy. I interrupted you. I thought you were done. I'm sorry about that.
No,
Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna bring up like the cheese in the movies, like Star Wars again. I don't like sand. I don't need to say
Yeah.
anything else. But yeah, about
Close
Loki.
enough, it gets everywhere.
Yes. And
But
yeah,
it's good. Same with it's the same thing with like Fast and the Furious. Like the first 3 are good, and then the rest of them you just have to accept is no longer Fast and the Furious the way you know it, and it's just some ridiculousness. You
I
know,
love it.
it's
I love
good.
it so
It's
much.
great. I haven't seen the new one yet, but I plan to possibly tomorrow actually with my dad. 'Cause my
I
dad
think
and
I'm
I
going
always go and
tonight.
see Fast and the Furious. Really? You have to let me
Yeah,
know
I
how it
think
is.
so. Yeah. I'm really excited for it. I love those movies. I just love going and just being entertained. Shut my brain off. Let's have fun. Like I love
Exactly.
that.
That's how I deem what is a good movie and not. Too many people expect so much out of a movie, and it's like, no, a movie is to sit down, turn off your brain, and just watch things happen on a screen that you don't
Yep.
have to do anything about. Like that's what a movie is. If you want more than that, go to good luck. Just go read a book. You know, go read a book. If you want a movie, don't expect too much. Okay.
I agree.
all
What's
right.
another question? You guys have another question?
So next up, this is another top
like these.
5. And what
Okay.
would you say is? I'm reading this, but I haven't written it down. It just looks nicer. What are 5 of your favorite albums of all time?
Albums?
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a
Um,
good one.
Don't tell them this because Brian doesn't need any more strokes to his ego. But Levels is probably my number 1 album that I can just turn on. Fame on Fire's Levels. That I can just turn on and just listen to. It's so good, and their new album's gonna be so good too. It's gonna be so much better. God, it's a great album. I highly suggest. Um, let's see. Other than that, I'm looking. Luckily I have my my Spotify open, so I can just look at like the things that I've listened to. Because like whenever you get asked a question like that, your brain goes blank.
Yep.
Just
Sure.
completely. Too Close to Touch. That's not necessarily their specific album. Just all of their songs are just so good. Too Close to Touch is amazing.
Never heard
Every
those guys.
song sounds like a different. It doesn't sound like it's the same band, and that's what makes them so good. Is every song is 100% unique, and it's. I love it. I love it so much. Let's see. Sempiternal, Bring
Oh,
Me.
that's a good one.
It's so good, and that one's a nostalgia one for everybody. I feel like. Same thing with the And album, or I don't know. I always call it the And album. It's the first. I think it's self-titled album by Of Mice and Men. I love that one so much because nostalgia factor. Colby and I used to blare that on our way to is essentially retreats, but Catholic school retreats. So we're usually going to like some church or whatever while jamming out to Of Mice and Men. It is great, just and it just you're just listening to that on your way to a church. It was great. How many is that? Is that 3? Right?
Yeah, it was 3.
Yeah, it was 3.
Bad Omen's first album. I love their second album too. Both of them are equally great, but if I have to choose one, their first album's the one I fell in love with, but the second album's really good. So, and maybe Attack Attack. The one with
Ooh, okay.
Smokeahonis on it.
Yes, that album is so good. It's
Yeah,
so good.
that's another one that's a nostalgia thing from
Yep.
the same type of time period, which is just it's so good. I could just keep going on about albums. That's why I've changed my format to music that I love because I get like this. I get all giddy and I'm like this
Yep.
album.
My number
But,
1 is
yeah.
End of Silence by Red. That's one like my favorite album of all time. I love that so
Red's
much.
the one that sounds like they're like in the 2000s, right?
I don't know.
Like that
orchestral.
style, right?
I mean, I guess so. Like
Where
they're like
he kind of sounds like Disturbed in a sense. Like he's got that like lower voice and he's like, hey, like that.
I don't think
Maybe
so.
I'm thinking of the wrong
say so,
band.
no.
I think so. Yeah, I would
Okay,
say
I'm probably thinking of the wrong band.
yeah. They're really good. I like them all. It's probably my favorite band. And the End of Silence album is amazing. It's like they have such a wonderful blend of orchestral stuff with the
Yeah.
heavier music, and it just sounds really, really good. And then for me, the Bring Me album that really captured me was That's the Spirit. That's my like number 1 Bring Me album.
That's
one
the
is so
Spirit's
good.
probably my second. Yeah, out of them, like it's That's the Spirit's really good. People don't give enough credit to That's the Spirit, in my opinion.
No.
Like people always talk about Sempiternal, and Sempiternal is great. It's amazing, and I put it number 1 for nostalgia purposes. But honestly, That's the Spirit might be better in my opinion. And I feel like they had a lot of crap talked on them with Ammo. But like, if you don't become a sheep person and stop letting everyone else's opinions affect yours, Ammo had some serious bangers. It was definitely
Yes.
weird for Bring Me, and weird is not a bad thing. I talked about this earlier, how weird is a good thing. But weird in the sense of like, it's not the typical Bring Me that you expect. And that doesn't make it bad in any sort
No,
of the
it
way.
doesn't.
And I liked quite a few songs. People are not like clowns, you know. Like it's so good. I think why people got mad at them is because they dropped their banger songs, like what people expected out of the album, as singles, and then the rest of the album was not anything kind of like those. You know, like
Yep.
Nihilist Blues,
Oh my
which
God,
was
a good one.
it's great. It's a great song, but
Yeah.
it was not anything like what was the song? The like pretty heavy one they had. It's like Happy Days or something like that. It wasn't Happy Days, but it was something along those lines. But it's gonna drive me nuts. I have to
Isn't
look
it the Happy song?
Ammo.
Wait,
that
was on.
Yes, but that
not on Ammo. I think
that,
he's talking
that was on
about,
That's the Spirit.
Wonderful Life.
Wonderful
That's
Life,
what it was.
yeah.
Yeah, which is it was on the more heavy side, and like Medicine and like Mother Tongue, like those were all like relatively heavier, like lighter for Bring Me, but still relatively heavier songs.
Yeah.
And like Mantra, like, and then they dropped the rest of the album, which was like way more like EDM-y, like get high and listen to this song. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think that just threw everybody off so much that people just started talking bad about it, even though it was so good. If you really sit down and listen to it,
the lyrical
so
content
good.
is super good too.
Which one?
The lyrical content on that album is amazing. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
My second favorite album from them is There's a Hell, Believe Me, I've Seen It. There's a Heaven, Let's Keep It a Secret.
Yes.
That's my second favorite. That's the one that actually got me into the band. Like I was like, oh my freaking God.
I think that one might also be my second.
I started listening.
Yes.
I started listening to them with that album as well in freaking high school.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
Oh, we're the same age. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and so like I listened to that in high school, and I was like, these guys are death metal, like basically. And then like after that, I stopped listening to them because I just assumed that was all their stuff. Like, I mean, like that's what you have to think about. Like, I know this just turned into the Bring Me podcast, but I love Bring Me so much. But like, so we got to think about is they went from that to Sempiternal, which, if you really think about it, is such a drastic change. But the internet did not exist then. You know, Sempiternal's like light compared to There's a Hell. You know, like that's light listening.
Yep.
You know, Sempiternal's so heavy, or not heavy, but like so light compared to that, and There's a Hell is so heavy.
Yeah.
That like they would have gotten crap talked on them about the arguably best album to ever exist in this genre. You know, so like the internet screws with things so much, and I hate it. Hate it so much. You listen to I might blow your mind, Skull, here, but if you ever listen to Jamie's Elsewhere back in the day,
I did not listen to them.
I've only
well then never mind. Never mind then. But that song or that album had some serious bangers on it. What band got you in? This is now my podcast. I'm the captain now.
All right,
yes, you are the captain now.
What's like band got you into this genre?
It definitely Escape the Fate. Avenged Sevenfold kind of
Really?
like pushed me into heavier music. I actually say Pantera actually pushed me to heavier music, but what got me to like post-hardcore was Not Good Enough for the Truth Behind the Cliche from Escape the Fate. I heard that on Fuse TV.
Yeah, I remember Fuse, dude. There's at least one person watching this right now that's like, what is that?
Yeah.
It's because they're 12.
I'll have you know, I'm 22.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh my God. Yeah. I always recorded the music video stuff while I was at school on my DVR because I lived. Little facts about me is I lived out of city limits. I didn't have internet or anything like that, and for like 16 years of my life, and came home one day and they recorded a Warped Tour, like these are the bands that are going to be on Warped Tour, and they had videos from every band, and that was the first song on it, and I was just hooked, and that got me into post-hardcore, and then from there it was Sleeping with Sirens and just down the line. I got consumed with Escape the Fate, though. That was the one that really, and then A Day to Remember. Holy crap, A Day to Remember consumed my life.
Yeah, they're all great. Mine, the one, then it's still like a life goal of mine, and I've heard he's the nicest guy in the world, is Devin Oliver from IC Stars.
Oh my God.
IC Stars was literally, and this is one of the reasons it's a life goal. Not only is like IC Stars such a great band, but if it wasn't for IC Stars, I would not listen to this music.
Really?
Like, Colby, the one I was talking about, he listened to this music, and he was listening to Attack of Mice and Men, stuff like that, but they were too much for me, like screamo wise. I'm coming from country now, remember, like I used to only listen to country because that's all my parents would let me listen to, but that's all my parents listened to. And so when I met Colby and started listening to that stuff, like I was like, this it's good, I guess. I like the parts when they're not screaming. And Icy Stars and their 3D album, they didn't do much screaming. They did some, but it was like pretty well done. And like I could understand what they were saying, compared to like when you're first listening to screamo music, you can't understand a single word anybody's saying.
Yeah.
Except for probably like there's like 3 people that you probably can understand, which is I Prevail Screamer, and obviously Ollie, because Ollie has a very clean scream, and I'd probably put Noah under there as well from Bad Omens, and then Of Mice and Men's Screamer, I can't think of his name, Austin Carlisle.
Yeah,
like those ones you can pretty much always understand what they're saying because they're so clean. But like if it was not for them, because I got into them and they like basically just like let me tiptoe in the shallow end to the rest of the genre through them, and so I have to attribute everything that I have as a human being to one band, and it is Icy Stars. So that's like a life goal, is to like just hang out with the band / Devin. Even though he's not the one that does usually the dirty vocals, usually it's his brother, which I found out recently. I'd assumed it was all Devin.
Brothers.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Have you listened to Shy Beast at all? Do you like EDM style with singing?
Yeah.
Listen to Shy Beast. That's Devin. It's
Okay,
so good. Listen to the one with Kaizo or however you say his name. It's such a good song. And like I was doing like a reaction stream and someone requested it. And I was watching it and I was like, God, this guy looks a lot like Devin Oliver. And it turns out it was him. And I was like, oh my God, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Because, he goes by Shy Beast. So I was like, and usually when he's doing a feature, it's featuring Devin Oliver. He doesn't do anything other. And so it like threw me out. I was like, oh, this is the best day of my life.
There's another song.
About a whole new subgenre.
There's another song that I actually recommended to Blue here, and it was called Broken, from a band called If I Were You. I think maybe you would really like that song.
I know that song.
Oh, okay. Let's go. I love that song. I just love that song. And it was also just because I knew Devin from Icy Stars, because I've been listening to them for like 3 years at that point. And when I listen to that, I love it. It's like, okay, Blue, listen to this now.
Because that's the one that's like, I don't want to be broken.
Yes.
That one? Yeah. Yeah, I love that song.
It's so good.
Yeah, that's so good.
It is.
The song that got me into... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
No. Yours is on topic. Mine was moving to a new topic. You go.
Okay. I was going to say, the song that got me into Icy Stars was that cover they did. I just had it. Your Love. That one got me.
They did a cover.
Do you know it? Yeah, they did a cover of Your Love by Outfield. And it's super good. But we're going to get a live reaction from Newova on the spot here.
No, I'm not gonna listen to it. I'm just gonna look at it though.
I didn't know
this is so old. This is 11 years old.
Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah, this is a little fun fact. Now, this is a little, I don't know, it's just something I've noticed. The record label is still Sumerian Records, right?
Yeah.
The music video...
I don't know if they're still on Sumerian, but...
Well, most of their stuff was. But fun fact, the music video for, was it 3D? I think? Yeah, it was 3D. That's the first ever video that was uploaded to Sumerian back in 2008.
Wow, really?
Yeah, I think.
Really? That's wild.
Yeah, no, it's just a little fun fact that I saw when I was just scrolling, because I went on a few record labels, YouTube channels, see what was the first thing they've uploaded. And I went to Sumerian because they're one of my favorite labels, and like, oh, yeah. Icy Stars 3D. Okay. it was just I don't know why that thought just came into my mind. It's just probably because we're talking about Icy Stars though.
Wonderland is such a good song from that album.
I want to see.
From 3D.
Oh, I love Wonderland.
Wonderland?
From End of the World, I believe it's from. Let me check.
That's their second album,
Actually,
right?
Oh my God. And then Asking Alexandria, the final episode was their second.
Yes.
Yeah. What a banger to upload number 2. Oh my God.
Oh my! But like the 3D, which is hilarious. The 3D one only has 190K views. Like 190K is a lot. Don't get me wrong, but like for someone that's been on that YouTube channel for 11 years, only has 190K views. When right after that, the final episode got 22 million. You know what I mean? Like that's just such a giant jump.
Yeah. What are your opinions on Asking Alexandria as they exist now? How do you like their style switch?
It's kind of the same thing where as long as you can accept that they are not the exact same band they used to be, like with the same style, and it like if you're like me, which really loves the like metalcore genre, and you can put aside that this is no longer quote unquote metalcore, and it's a different type of genre, and you can just kind of take like this is a new Asking Alexandria, like just ignore the name, you know, and don't associate it with the metalcore band Asking Alexandria, and this is a new band, if you will. That's kind of a weird way to explain it, but you know what I'm talking about. I think it's actually very good. It's not. I think it's very good. It's not 100% my style because I'm not huge into like rock per se, but he's still like Danny still screams on it. Danny's arguably like one of my favorite vocalists.
He has great range.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like I've seen him live, like doing an acoustic set at a small like little like brewery. And this is off the new album, you know. No, it's the self-titled album, the red one, not the newest album.
Yeah.
But where they kind of started switching into like the more rock stuff. And Danny has sounded so good live, like blew my brain how good he sounded. And I was just like, I love Danny does not get enough credit as just a clean vocalist because everyone associates him with his screams, you know, because he honestly Asking set such a big, like, they were so unique with their scream where they layered the high and the low and they did it so well and everything that became such a staple for like every band to want to do and everything. So like that's what people associate Danny with, is with that. And it's just it's so great. Like that's a good thing to be associated with, is something that great, you know.
Yeah.
But he is such a good clean vocalist.
Yes, he is. Have you heard their Ed Sheeran cover?
Possibly.
Dude, if you haven't, I want to see you react to it. I really want to see that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot. Hold on, just look. I have to. Oh,
they did it live, an acoustic live set, and covered it.
Oh,
it was really good.
Then yeah, no, I have not.
It was in a studio for a radio station, and it was really good. I think they released it like professionally recorded on Spotify now. But it was
really?
Yeah, it's really, really good. I was totally impressed with his vocals. He also has that one, Someone Somewhere. They did a cover of that too. Oh my god, dude! His vocals on that acoustic are amazing too. You were 100% correct. They do not give him enough credit.
Yeah, and the other person that doesn't get enough credit is Ben, the guitarist. Ben Bruce. Like a lot of people forget that he sings a lot on the albums.
Yeah,
or not necessarily a lot, but like there's
the backups, the harmonies, and
like there's I think it might be the Hiatus or something like that. There's one song on the first album that has like a whole verse, like once it gets like a little bit more like flowy and like airy with the music, where like completely change. That's all Ben. Yeah, Ben's the one singing that whole part, and it's so good. Like the singing and grasping.
Oh,
it's grasping.
That's not the American average.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, not the American average, and that's Ben. And Ben's so good. Like it's wild.
He also does vocals on A Prophecy, I believe, too, and they're really good on that one when it kind of gets calmed down. Yeah, I think he does it. What is it? I can't remember the part. I can't remember the lyrics, but I think he does it that part. It's really good.
What's it now? Is it that where he just goes, I should have known the tides are getting higher? Or was that part of the song?
I think so.
I believe you're right.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, no. Now that I'm like playing it in my head, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's him. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's the exact part.
That part. But yeah, he's an amazing vocalist too.
Yeah.
So many good vocalists came out of the post-hardcore era of music, that scene era. So many good vocalists that don't get credit because they were, in that emo scene. So it's like, they need that credit though. Like, and how I stand on it now, I even tweeted, like when the newest album came out, I listened to it and I was like, I tweeted at Danny, and I was like, This is I was like, I love the album, but it's definitely Imagine Asking Dragons. I was like, it sounds just like Imagine Dragons, and but people got a kick out of it, and he didn't get mad, so I'm assuming it was all good. But like, it's genuinely a great album, but it's so different from what they used to be, and I think it really shows his versatility. The only thing that I would say with Ask Alexandria that was a hard thing for me to get used to is they started to sound more like all of Danny's side projects more than Asking Alexandria. Like, it didn't sound like he was giving each band a unique sound anymore. And that was the one thing that took me a minute to get used to. I was never one of those people that are like, oh my God, don't change your sound. But I definitely was like, whoa, what the heck? This sounds like Harlot when they did that self-title, especially Into the Fire sounded a lot like Harlot.
I love that song though.
That's such a good song.
I'm really sad. I thought I was immortalized on Danny's Instagram, and he like apparently went through and did a huge deletion.
Oh no.
And I'm no longer on it.
Oh no.
I'm sad. Yeah, he watched his wife found one of my videos and watched it and showed him, because I was like, I was going crazy. Because it was him and Tyler Carter, and Tyler Carter has such an amazing voice. And like him and Tyler Carter, like I used to listen to like their bands like almost exclusively, like while on road trips and stuff. Like it had a special place in my heart when, especially they did a song together, and so his wife showed him, and like she recorded him reacting to the video, and he was just like this. He wasn't being mean about it, but he just like turned around. And like after the whole thing, because like I was reading Twitch chat and someone was like, because I was like, going, oh my god, type of deal. And someone was like, he's gonna need a towel after this. And I was like, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need a towel after this because I'm Niagara Falls right now. I made that joke, and Danny watched that part, then turned to his wife with the camera and was like, Newova, you're a lot, bro. And I was like, yes, I'm on his Instagram forever. He knows who I am. Oh my god, it's Danny Warnstop. So Danny might be really fucking terrified of me or something. Then I'm like a super fan. It's very possible. I am, and it's not. I would kiss him on the mouth. It's not even like no shame.
Have you seen his solo stuff? His solo stuff is amazing. Oh my god,
especially his country stuff.
Yes.
As like weird as that is, I fucking love his country stuff so much.
It's so good. Yeah. That video, what was the one that he just released a little bit ago where he's it's a close up and he starts crying in the video? I love that song. I can't remember. Is it Blue? Is it called Blue?
Is it called Blue?
It might literally be called Blue, actually.
Have you ever heard of the band called Drugs?
No, it's Love You More. I don't know where I got Blue from. Love You More. Yes, Drugs, dude. I freaking love Drugs, dude. That sounds really bad, but I love Drugs.
I know, right?
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
I can't wait. I can't wait till the band Slaves changes their name.
Oh,
because they're supposed to. Because like it's one of those things where you're like, you can't just be like, you have to be like, I love this band. I love this band, because otherwise it sounds bad. It's like you change names so I can say the whole thing. So otherwise it sounds so bad.
I mean, I guess you could say destroy, rebuild until God shows, but that's a mouthful.
Yeah, them, I'm fine with them. Me saying I love Drugs, like that one's fine. It's the band called Slaves that I don't want to utter those words on the internet.
No, backpedal.
Exactly, but. Did you listen to the song that they released like not too terribly long ago? That was the King I Am.
Yeah,
they took it off Spotify. Did you know that? I don't know why. Do you know why?
It makes me so sad. I have no. I've been wondering. I joined his Facebook group that he leads with another fan to see if there's any information in there. There's nothing. I was so sad because I rocked that song all the time. I loved it so much. Dude,
I wonder if they got
a hype song.
Yeah, I wonder if they got in trouble for something.
I don't know. I'm glad they're coming back though. I know it's just Craig Owens now, but I'm so glad. He's such a good vocalist too.
He is, and like that's what matters. Like it sucks. It must suck to be in a band and not be the vocalist, because like if If you change the vocalist, everyone's gonna know. If you
Yep.
change the guitarist, certain people will know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Unless there's a big technique change that like changes how the music sounds, most people won't know.
Exactly. Like for the most part, and not everybody's gonna notice that there is a change unless it's a vocalist change, which sucks. It would suck so much to be the drummer and then like you got swapped out and nobody noticed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would be so disheartening. But which we were talking about with Craig Owens is just so good. I love his vocals so much.
Yep, they're amazing. I love his song "Boys Let's Raise Our Glasses." Have you ever heard that one?
Mm-mm.
Dude, it's one of his solo songs from way back in the day. It's so good. It's
Really?
amazing. Yeah.
Did you ever listen to Isles and Glaciers?
I have not.
So I'm gonna look up all the members. Isles and Glaciers. It's a super group.
Okay.
Yeah, with Craig Owens, Vic Fuentes,
Wow.
Nick Martin, who I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is Sleeping with Sirens. Yep, Sleeping with Sirens. That's remember how I said that someone commented on my thing and I didn't know it was Sleeping with Sirens? That was Nick. Johnny Craig.
Oh wow.
Mike Fuentes, which I guess is brother to Vic. I didn't know that was a thing, but that's sick. I had no idea. Matt Goddard, which I recognize the name, I don't know why.
That also sounds really familiar to me.
Too. Is that from
I
First to Last?
recognize these. Oh, he's Chiodos. That's why.
Chiodos. Okay.
Chiodos. Brian Southall, which I believe was
Matt Good is from First to Last. And
yeah.
That's
You know who Matt Good is?
yeah, Matt Good is amazing.
Grillix.
Oh no! Matt
Wait.
Good is
No,
the
wait.
guitarist from First
Oh,
to Last.
Yeah,
oh,
no,
sorry.
Skrillex is Sonny Moore.
Sonny.
Yeah.
Sonny
Yeah.
Moore. Yeah, more good. It's close. Okay.
More
Give me
gooder.
more. It's good. Exactly. Brian Southall, I don't recognize any of the other bands, and I thought that Kellen was in this as well. I guess he's not, but yeah, it was
That'd
Craig
be
Owens,
insane.
Vic Fuentes, and Johnny Craig, and I thought Kellen, and it was all four of them like would switch out like vocals, like they'd like one person would have one verse, or they'd like go back and forth. One person would do the hook. It's so good because it's like all of those vocalists that are so good that you can just recognize, you know, and you're just like listening to like all of them on one song. It's just, it's so good. I really, really, really like them a lot.
Yeah, you'll have to link me that because I would love to hear that.
Yeah, they
Can
haven't
someone
dropped anything in a
redeem-
while.
Can someone redeem British accent so the Newova just starts speaking in a British
Oi!
accent in the middle of this podcast?
Oi, you don't want that.
Put
What is that? I
redemption.
sounded like an Australian country person.
In
Thank
that
you,
case-
Bessie.
No, in that case, put a command for him to speak Afrikaans while we're at it.
Oh my god. Hey, Newova,
gonna
can
do
you
it,
say?
you're
Can
gonna
you
do
say? Yeah, can you say YOTF?
Yotia?
Yeah, and not say Stiernachtide.
I can't do that.
Steer, like steering a car. Steer, but roll the R.
I
Steer.
can only roll my R's in one situation, and usually a girl's involved.
Oh my god. Oh my
Stir-
god.
Yeah, there you go. You got it. The steer
You got
was
it.
fine.
And then Noctide.
There we go. What was it?
Then,
I'm sorry.
then steer Noctide.
Oh, Noctide.
Yeah.
Stir Noctide.
Okay, now
Actually,
put it all together. YOTF. Steer
Yotia Stir
Noctide.
Noctide.
Yo, TF
Okay,
steer
you just said you bitch send nudes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Moet nogal sê jy het 'n baie goeie job op dit gedoen.
Ew. Did you speak English? It wasn't, right?
Nee. Die is ver van Engels af, my friend. Die is nie Engels nie.
I have no idea what you just said.
I'm just
We're
saying
gonna
no, it
get-
wasn't English.
We're gonna get Newova into our YOTF squad.
Ah, yes.
YOTF.
Yeah, it's you
Send
bitch. It's you bitch, and then steer Noctide is
You want to
send
teach him the
nudes.
other thing about the pisang.
You bitch, send nudes.
Yeah.
There we go. Send feet pics. Actually, please don't send me feet pics.
So, should I tell
Say yo more. Say that.
What?
Say yo more.
No. No, I'm not saying it. You're getting too much of a kick out of this.
No. The reason I'm getting a kick out of it is because Blue refuses to say it under special circumstances, or only if it is special circumstances. So me hearing him just say it right now just made me so happy.
He's been trying to get me to say it for. It means you're nut.
You're
Actually,
nut.
okay, look, that's
nut.
if you
Give me your nut.
No. Whoa. Now I need to bring context to what it means. No. It's depending in the context you mean. It's like nuts and bolts the way how he said it, and usually it's like a way to say like you fucker in Afrikaans if you call someone a moer. It's like something like
Just
that.
a squirrel looking for a nut. You know what I'm saying?
It's a squirrel going, yo moer. Yo moer.
This podcast is going off the rails, and I love it.
It's usually what happens. Die podcast het van die pad af gemoer.
Exactly. I still have no idea what you're saying, but yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh. This is amazing. All right, is there anything else you guys want to talk about, or are we going to wrap it up?
Yeah, I have
You
some
wanna
things
talk?
I want to talk about.
All right, let's talk.
You don't get to know those things.
Oh.
They're just
Well-
things.
And now you need to be Australian.
Oh, I forgot to do both accents.
Oi, hurry.
Oi!
The first thing you do in Australia, oi.
Oi!
It's a big knife.
That's a big fucking knife.
It's a fucking emu. Has anyone seen that video? I think the dude's name was I think it's the dude's name was Aussie Man Reviews. I think it was him.
Yeah, I love that dude.
It's a fucking emu.
My Harry Potter. You always have to start a British accent with saying Harry Potter, otherwise you
Harry
can't get
Potter.
into it. You gotta say Harry Potter, and then you can get the rest of it.
So we're just gonna
But
join
I'm
in
really
on this.
falling apart here.
I always do.
Then
Yeah.
Bloody hell. And then you got to go into the Australian accent afterwards. You're gonna get a
Oh.
crocodile, and you're gonna go
Oh.
up to it, and you're gonna put some shrimps on the barbie.
Oh.
Nah, but just kidding. It's the crocodile we're putting on the barbie.
This
That's a big
transition.
fucker, isn't he?
Someone give the sub so he's twerking and doing this accent.
Yeah, right. No, jeez.
You're gonna have to make me
Oh,
twerk,
man.
hey. Entire stream long. Someone put down the point redemptions.
Oh my gosh.
There's a reason I don't put like a time limit on the accents, is so that I could just technically go like bloody hell, and then I'm done. Just really depends on the
Ons gaan dit moet fix.
situation, the circumstances.
Oh my gosh, this has been a blast. This has been fun. I love
Yeah,
talking
yeah.
music, man. So like having somebody to talk music with is a blast. So this has been really cool.
Exactly. It's a good time. You know what I'm saying? Does it sound better? Hold on, return to it.
Proximity. I love it.
I don't get the proximity effect with my mic because I don't have enough gain.
Does this work?
All you have to do is make it an AS. Yeah, it's gotta be ASMR.
I don't know how this sounds. I'm sorry if this is loud.
It sounds really good.
Okay.
It sounds great.
Why are we doing this?
Oh my God.
out.
Rachel.
I guess this is the ASMR podcast.
I don't like sand. It's cold.
Everybody's favorite bands right now.
It's rough. It gets everywhere.
What the fuck are we doing?
I don't even know anymore.
We're crashing and burning. That's what's happening. We're just crashing and burning.
Exactly.
Yo.
Oh, Jeebus. Okay, yeah, I guess we can wrap it up.
Oh lord.
When it gets this out of control, it's time to wrap it up, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Once you start like devolving as human beings, you
Actually-
start devolving. That's when it's like, okay, I think it's time to wrap up.
Actually, like before the proper wrap up, so let's just put the train back on the rail for a second.
Okay, all right. Choo choo. Here we go.
It's just
Wait, did
this-
someone say hype train?
Hype train. Yeah. Yes.
I think somebody said hype train.
That's good. Maybe we should do that now. But
Can you move one of your eyes like away from being cross? Let me see if I can do it. I used to be able to do it.
All right.
Oh God!
Yes.
Stop.
That's way better than being able to speak Afrikaans. There we go. I think that was fantastic. But no, like this is the last questions we ask before before we end up is like, what advice can you give to up and coming content creators on YouTube and streamers here on Twitch?
Look at Striking Blue's tits.
Oh, do it.
That's all you need to know. You just look at his tits. It's just like you know how you like rub a bald guy's head for luck.
Rub
It's
my
the same
tits.
thing. You just rub his tits for luck.
Buying my flight, buying my plane ticket now.
Yep. But honestly, this is the weirdest thing. I was watching a T-Pain do he was like on Twitch or whatever, but I was watching a YouTube video he did. The number one advice I can give is don't fucking take anyone's advice. Like literally. Is you just, and it's so true. It's like, don't take anybody's advice, because everyone did it their own way. Like, that actually made it and are continuing doing it, did it their own way. Like, I refuse to watch reaction videos of other people's because it will influence me. I don't want influenced. I want to be me, the 100% whole way through. So don't take anybody else's stuff. Like, you can steal like little tidbits from other people to be like, oh, that's a really good idea, and I know how to do that and make it my own. You know, like, that's way different. But like, find your groove, do it your way, be yourself, and also don't give a fuck. As hard as that is like, you have to literally just not care. And like, it's hard. Like, for me, I'm addicted to going to the YouTube Studio app and refreshing, seeing what the sub count's at, seeing what the newest video is doing. If you can get to the point where you don't look at that and you don't care, you're just putting stuff out there, just put stuff out there because you enjoy it. That's the best thing to do. It's hard. I don't do it. But that's what you have to do. You just literally have to not care. And that's how, like think about the people that are huge. They don't really care. You know, it takes, like, when I say don't care, I mean, like, if something is like dipping, they're not, I mean, it still bothers them, obviously, if they notice it, but they're not going to make a big deal out of it. They're not going to let that ruin the next thing that they're releasing. They'll let it fuel fire, and that's what I do, because I definitely let that fuel fire of what can I do better next time, you know, so on and so forth. But also, just like how I did that one skit that people were giving me crap about, you know, where I summoned a demon. I did that one, and I don't care that people didn't like it because I enjoyed it. The only time it should matter to you, if other people don't like it, is if you yourself don't like it.
Yep.
You know, that's the only time it should ever affect you, is if you on your own are like, yeah, that one was a little iffy. We'll see what other people's responses is. If it's bad, then that one I understand getting to you because you had your own doubts. So just don't doubt yourself. Just do stuff and enjoy it.
My advice, you know, Mr. Super Successful person over here with a massive following. Yeah, no, I don't.
It's huge.
But my advice would be, advice would be watching Newova twerk on loop. That's the best way to make it big on Twitch and YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait till that actually exists. Just like 10 hours. You know, they make 10-hour videos, just 10 hours of me twerking.
We need that now. Somebody needs to clip it and do it now.
Clip it and ship it. Let's go.
Opening up Premiere Pro now.
Yeah. Do you have another one that you like to ask as a closing one?
Where can people find you? I know you've already kind of plugged yourself in the beginning, but that was usually for the ending. Yeah. So let's have a repeat. Where can people find you?
You can go to youtube.com/Newova, Instagram.com/Newova, Twitter.com/not-Newova because of that
Russian
guy.
That faker.
I'm so mad at him. Yeah. You can go to Newova.store for apparel, twitch.tv/Newova, Striking XX, Striking Blue XX for everything. You should follow that one. Same thing with TCWTFLN, because I don't know how to pronounce that, _ YouTube, YT, and go there as well and follow those things. And other than that, I'm invisible.
Lies. Follow Newova.
Follow Newova right now, guys. Follow Newova.